My name is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're watching Comic Book Geezers on YouTube. And it's one of my favorite comic book shows on the internet. And I'm going to turn it over to P. Wild Bill. Thanks for watching.
Thanks a lot, Bobcat. Thanks for joining everybody. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Geezers, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Cover. And of course, sitting right next to me all the time as Bobcat leaves the studio in his place.
Boys and girls. I am Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic. Thanks for being here. And we're going inside the cover. Pete has a very special issue of the Submariner, an old one.
Yeah.
Number 9. With Marie Severin artwork, I believe.
You are correct, sir. Here we go. Look at that glorious cover. Amazing. I mean, these old Submariners are so good. I actually, as I was just telling Bill before we started taping today, I actually was going to show you guys issue number 5 and 6, which is the debut, the 2-issue battle with the Tiger Shark, which is fantastic, but my issues are not in the greatest shape, and I really didn't feel comfortable with opening them up and kind of trying to wrangle this whole thing here. So
unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Because if you had told me I have number 6, we could have at least done number 6 or part of it. But it's a 2-part story. So
it's a 2-part story. Yeah, 5 is the beginning. So
we
may try and do it at some point. Maybe we'll do, one of those, one or two of our viewers a while ago suggested maybe we do these things differently, whereas we have the camera over our shoulders and we can just like flip through the pages. Not that easy when you're using a laptop, So but maybe somewhere down the road, if we ever get big enough, if enough of you guys start subscribing and start
or tell
watching,
Kevin Smith about us so he can put a camera over our heads.
Exactly, right? So, one of these days we'll have
major Hollywood production.
We'll graduate above no-budget filmmaking here.
Yes,
so,
but you know what?
It's okay. For now.
Easy does it for me, man.
That's right.
I like the simplicity of the setup we have now.
Yes, it does the trick.
I have a busy lifestyle. I can't be worried about movie production stuff.
Not yet. What do you say? If someone wants to
I'm
pay
not
us to
Steven
do
Spielberg of shooting comic books. Hey, if you're really serious about taping a comic book show, why don't you stop taping out of the trunk of your car? Oh. Well, why don't you watch the other 150 episodes on the playlist? That's right, utilize the playlist, gang. And click the like button if you haven't done so already.
Yes.
And click the subscribe button if you haven't. And click the notification bell if you haven't. And keep watching.
And go to the link below and order yourself a Comic Book Geezer shirt while you're at it, or maybe one of these lovely coffee wood mugs, right? So, yeah.
The Adventures of Wood.
That's right.
Where'd you get that shirt, man? Comic Book Geezer, damn it.
That's right. Comic Book Geezers, lots of Sea of Tranquility stuff. Hey, all sorts of great things. Anyway, back to issue number 9, Submariner. So, as Bill said, this is Stan Lee, editor. Roy Thomas wrote the story. Marie Severin did the art. Dan Atkins the inks. And Sam Rosen did the lettering. So here we have, of course, a slight continuation from issue.
What are we looking at, like 1968 on this?
This
or
is
69?
1968. You have hit it right on the nail on the head there. The classic era of Namor the Submariner. So, of course, we've got, it's called The Spell of the Serpent. We've got Prince Namor and Lady Dorma, and Namor is looking at this weird kind of like helmet type thing. So he goes, "Look you, Lady Dorma, at how the helmet of power glows. Glows with a sinister sentient life of its own. Already it has cost many their lives, and one man his eternal soul." So obviously this is kind of continuing from something that happened in the issue before. So here they are, they're after whatever battle they had with the issue before, which I forget what it was. No, actually it was with Tiger Shark. There you go. So here, boy, this is really kind of cool. So they're in this, one of these little sub ships that they're using, and Namor is basically telling her to leave, just leave the helmet alone, and look at her looking at it lovingly, and she's like, it's like the power of the helmet is like transfixing her.
She wants to try that helmet on.
Yeah,
then even as possessed
exactly.
By evil.
Even as the beauteous noblewoman speaks, her gaze falls upon the strangely pulsating helmet, a gaze replete with helpless fascination, and far more than mere womanly curiosity. I feel compelled, as if a voice commanded me, to put on the helmet. Norma! Or Norma. No, Norma. So he goes and whacks it off of her head. It's like, don't you be doing that.
Norma's his mistress.
Forgive me, my lady. I should not thus have lashed out. You are yet weakened from the events on the surface. But I sense somehow a danger to you if you should don the ancient's crest. Yes, perhaps, though it is but a helmet. Wait, my prince. Look on what lies before us. 'Tis fabled Atlantis looming before us. We are home once more. So they arrive back And of course, but Dorma is thinking to herself. She's still got stuff going through her head. She goes, Namor's return is a signal for all the realm to rejoice, all save Lord Seth, who yet broods over his defeat by the crazed tiger shark. So this is Lord Seth right here, one of the higher-ups there, one of the warriors, but I guess in the big battle, he actually got beaten up pretty bad by tiger shark, and he's all worried about it. So here they bring in this helmet thing, and they're like, we have to study this, we have to be careful with this.
Who had the helmet?
Yeah, I don't remember. The Ancients. I forget. I forget the.
So,
I have the issue before this, but I forget what happened. And it was the end of the storyline with the tiger shark.
So the helmet has some kind of connection to power?
Yes, exactly. And speaking of tiger shark, there he is, because he's actually being imprisoned right now in Atlantis after the big couple issue battle there. So he and the Ancients, all this kind of stuff, went down in the 3 issues before this. So here he gets. So now we go back and. Things are back to normal in Atlantis, we think, but then all of a sudden this giant tentacle creature attacks Atlantis, which happens often down in below the surface right here. We also often see these creatures, right? So now...
Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah, exactly. So
giant squid?
So we actually have Namor and Seth who are fighting the monster, but Seth is trying really hard to defeat the monster on his own because he wants to get kind of his mojo back.
Redeem himself.
Redeem himself after, Tiger Shark
I'm not a loser.
Beat the shit out of him.
Take that, monster.
Right.
Sea monster.
But as we see, that doesn't work out. He gets knocked out, right? So
by the sea monster?
By the sea monster. Namor comes to his rescue.
So now he's 0 for 2?
He's 0 for 2. Poor guy, right? So here you got a nice little battle here with the sea monster, right? So as all this happening, when Namor crushes the sea monster, this weird gas comes out of the sea monster, and it envelops Namor, and all of a sudden...
Like ink from a squid.
Like ink from a squid, and he goes, my blow smashed one of the spine-encrusted maces which stud his tentacles, but now what strange liquid emanates there from, making me feel as I've never felt before. Suddenly, I cannot remember why I have come to this place, why done battle with a fellow dentist of the depths, and more, who am I?
Look what it did to his face.
Yeah, he turned him green, right? Kind of, this guy's turned into the Hulk there, right? So all of a sudden, whatever this inky stuff is, it's giving him like...
hallucinations.
Hallucinations and temporary amnesia. She goes, no matter, I know which I need to know. I am as one with the endless, all-embracing sea. The combat is ended. And he forgets what he's doing there, and he just takes off, and he leaves Lord Seth laying unconscious
He'll be all
at
right.
the bottom of the ocean. I hope he's all right.
He's down for the count.
So then we go back to what's happening in the kingdom here, and of course one of the head minion guys is looking at this crown, this helmet, and he's like, "Ooh, what's going on with this? Maybe we could use this for power." And then so he goes, "Lady Dorma, maybe you should be wearing this crown. Maybe."
He tricks her into trying it on.
Exactly.
Let's see how it looks on you, babe.
Yep, exactly. The helmet's case has been shattered, itself altered almost beyond recognition. How strangely lovely it is now. How radiant with dark mystery. I must have it, good Ichthon, I must. And I sense that it should be yours, my lady. 'Tis almost as if it summoned you, siren-like, and you did come. So, as all this is going on, so what's his name again? Ichthon, who's not really a good guy. He's trying to get her.
He's manipulating her.
He knows the power of this thing, so he's trying to manipulate her because he wants to be.
And he is doing it.
Yeah, he is doing it. So then Seth wakes up and he's like, "Where is Namor? He's nowhere to be found. There's the creature, kind of dead. Maybe he killed Namor."
Question.
Yes.
After she gets, if he tricks her into putting this on, is he going to be able to manipulate her again, or is he going to use her as a pawn once she's got that on her head?
We shall see. Perhaps both.
See, now I'm like the viewers.
There you go. Because come on, don't keep us hanging here. So then Seth thinks that Namor is dead. So he basically doesn't see him here anywhere. He thinks he would never just leave me here. So the monster must have killed him. So he's going to go back to Atlantis and tell him that their prince is dead. Right. So as all this is going on, Namor finally gets over the temporary amnesia, and he remembers. So he goes, my head so suddenly aching, my memory returning. I am Namor the first of Atlantis. I must get back there at once. And then he gets back there, and they start attacking him.
I thought you were going to say when he got there, what did they come here for?
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot.
So he gets there, the guards attack him, and they bring him in because, of course, Ichthon has already convinced Dorma to wear this new crown, and it turns you evil, basically, what happens. So now he goes, sound the trumpets, guard, this day we give sacrifice to him who rules the depths, to Naga. It shall be done, Lord Vashti. So everybody's losing their mind here. So they've got, in prison here, we've got Namor, all of Atlantis is going against him, and then Dorma shows up, and she's got the thing on her head. She almost looks like Medusa, right?
Yeah.
It almost looks like
a
snakes.
Medusa crown.
Yep. She goes, I am here to pronounce sentence upon the unbeliever. Deathless Naga has heard. Naga, I guess, is some kind of weird god, and speaks now through his appointed priestess. So now she's the priestess of Naga. Let the sacrifice begin. Namor sees her, and he goes, Dorma, has the world beneath the waves gone as insane as that on the surface? Wait, I heard one of the thronging mob speak of the helmet of the ancients must have caused this madness, and it must be that which in serpentine form now rests on Dorma's brow. Thus the time has come to act. So, of course, Namor...
He's got to get that hat off her head.
He breaks his chains. That's exactly what he's got to do, Bill. Wait, you sure you didn't read this one?
I have it.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay.
I'm just helping along.
So he starts fighting, all of his fellow Atlanteans because he's got no choice. He goes and grabs her. He takes the helmet off of her head, and then he proceeds to want to go and smash it, right? But first, all of a sudden, lo and behold, who is free? Tiger Shark. There he is again, because he's always a thorn in Namor's side. And and basically, even though he's got the helmet off of her head, she's still trying to attack and kill him. Because she's not herself.
You would think the spell had been broken.
You would think, but no. I guess what you have to do is you got to break the damn thing. So he takes the helmet and he goes to smash it up against this, serpent image stone thing.
Rock.
And what happens instead of the helmet smashing? The big statue smashes, and nothing happens to the helmet. So he goes, I smashed it with all my full might against the massive serpent image, but only the idol itself was harmed. The helmet remains intact. Then my sole recourse is to flee. And they're all like, he's escaping, pursue him, all of you, blah, blah, blah. So he goes to this kind of like giant cavern, and he then puts the helmet on, and he sees that this serpent god, which is, pretty cool, right? It's pretty
Looks
cool.
like Lizard Man.
Yeah, exactly, right? So now it overtakes him, and that is actually, I forget what the god's name is. Naga, is that what I said before?
Yeah, Naga.
Yeah. So he goes, while he's doing this, he goes, I must concentrate. Wait, now I view a scene from a time out of mind. Vartov's prediction was correct. The Earth's axis is truly shifting. Then we who live in the polar regions must flee our ancestral homes at once, or have our very cities crumble about us. Then this is great. Then it is agreed, Vartov, half our race shall flee to the Sea of Turbulence, the others to the even larger Sea of Tranquility.
Whoa.
Then
That's deep.
Then it may be that our two people shall never meet again, but if they do, let us pray that it shall be in peace. So Namor kind of sees all this. I'm witnessing the end, the death of the long-forgotten world. Feel as if I shall perish with it unless I remove this accursed helmet. It is done with almost my last vestige of power. He throws it down the chasm, but then...
Into the Sea of Tranquility?
Actually into the Sea of Turbulence, I think. The Sea of Tranquility is supposed to be the moon. But then he throws it down and it hits a ledge, right? So you go, no, I got to go down and get it. I got to make sure it goes all the way to the bottom that nobody can ever access it again. So he swims down there to grab it, and then as he does, someone else, who we don't see, reaches for it at the same time and wants to get it before him, and that's what you have to wait till next issue to see who it is that actually goes and grabs it. Could you guess? I mean, I thought at first I was like...
what, that hand?
Yeah, the hand. Who could that be? I don't know.
Stiltman?
You probably...
Just kidding. That hand, go back, let's see, I don't know. It's Blue Hand?
It's blue. It can't be Black Panther, right? Because that was the first thing I thought, because I don't even think he was really much of anything at this time.
I'm just going to take a wild guess and say Atuma.
Atuma, it's got to be, right? Yeah, it's got to be Atuma.
I'm just guessing.
I forget. I mean, that's, I can go. I'll obviously, today when I go to put this back, I'll
Black
go
Panther,
look.
he's underwater.
Yeah, I know, right? And there you have a cool back page.
Oh, that's a classic cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the magazine.
Yes.
Go ahead, show them that. That was called Spectacular Spider-Man. That came out, 1968?
68, yeah.
That is a classic cover.
Yep.
Anyway, as always, gang, thanks for being here. And we will see you next time. As always, please click the like button and the notification bell. And we thank you for your subscriptions and your comments, as always. And, if you're up to it, get yourself a wood mug or a wood t-shirt. And we will be back with more stuff. We're going to do some more inside the covers. And we'll be back. So, as always, I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being here. And for Pete, we'll see you next time.
Take care, everybody. See you in a couple days. Bye-bye.
Bye.